What's popping? What's popping? You see, it's gonna be times where you think where you at right now, that's where you gonna be at forever. You think you gonna still be driving that beat up car forever. You think you gonna be still working at that dead end job. Uh, you think you can never find your passion. You think you gonna always be broke. You think you ain't gonna be able to get girls, but I promise you, man, as long as you can see your future, all that shit can happen. Whatever you can see, that shit can happen. And like I always say, I know this shit sounds cliche. Like, I know this shit sounds cliche, but it's really real. When you can see the future you want, when you sit down and plan the future you want, that shit can happen. Like I said, when I was over the road, I told myself, I'm not coming off this road until I'm living in luxury, you know. And luxury for me was a penthouse with floor to ceiling windows so I can use for photography. And I made that my decision. I wrote that shit down. And the first time I came off the road in 5 months was when I was signing my lease, to move in and bring the little stuff that I had at the time and bring that shit in. I made that shit happen. And just like with the photography book, I told myself I have to have a photography book. And I put that shit out. This summer, I'm starting on my next photography book. And every night before, it's so crazy. Every night before I go to bed, I envision how the cover of my book is going to look. And I think about it even when I could be in a deep sleep and I'm still thinking about the cover of my book. I wake up, I think about that shit. You have to see the future you want for yourself, the life you want for yourself. You can't be out here just wandering around, just going with the moves every day, letting the day take control of you. Nah, you got to sit back and think about the life that you want, and if you can see that shit, once you see your future, can't shit get to you. You got a crazy baby mama? Cool, she can't get to you. You got people who talking down on you? Cool, it can't get to you. You make mistakes? Cool, you can fix it. Because making the mistakes sometimes that's gonna help you even quicker to get to your goals. But long as you can see your future, it's going to be hard for things to get to you. See, a lot of things get to guys because they don't see their future. They don't know where they're headed, and they just confused about life. You don't have a foundation to start at. And when I say a foundation, I mean you still don't know your purpose, and you still not doing things. You just doing the bare minimum, like going to work, getting off, coming home, chilling. You're not really living life, and you scrolling on Instagram, and like I say, it's nothing wrong with being on Instagram, Facebook, none of that shit. But when you're not putting that energy into your life and your future, then there's something wrong with it. See, it's gonna be so real that sometimes it's gonna feel like you're actually living in your future. And I know for some guys that's hard to comprehend, but this shit is real. That's how real it has to be. Everything around you, yeah, it's fucked up right now. But while things are fucked up, you gotta tell yourself, okay, this is how my life is gonna look. Next year is gonna be like this. The following year is gonna be like this. 6 months from now, it's gonna be like this. As long as you keep doing it, it's gonna slowly form. It's gonna slowly form. That's how life works. And you have to take your time. The world wants you, especially now, everything instant. Everything has to be instant. Everything has to be instant. So people start capping. People start acting like their life is there now. They live in this life. Nah, man. Nah, you don't want to live a life where you lying. Let me tell you, man, my 20s, I faked. I faked to get the girls I wanted. I faked to get that. I faked to get that. I act like I was this man responsible. Look, man, in my 20s, I wasn't shit. I got better as the years went on, but I wasn't shit. I was all for myself. That's it. I was all for myself. I wasn't loyal to no chick. Like I always say, none of that shit. I didn't see a future. I was like, damn, man, I'm going to be driving trucks for 30, 40 years with a fucking pot belly saying, damn. Talking about the old days and shit, but when I found photography, that shit changed my whole life. I saw myself in the West. I saw a documentary about I think it was Richard Avedon, and he was driving a drop top in California on the way to see some models. And I said, okay, yeah, that's gonna be me, you know, but not California and Arizona. You know, you have to see life. And that shit is so powerful because it don't matter where you are, you can be in hell. And I'm not talking, I'm talking about on earth. You could be in hell on earth. And once you change your mindset, that's it. Like I always say, because shit be cliche. People just be saying shit to say shit, but your mindset really controls every fucking thing. Your mindset. When you tell yourself, okay, I want my future to be this way and it has to be this way, oh, everything will move into your favor. Yeah, you gonna have little hurdles that you gonna have to jump over or go through to get back to where you're going, but that's just life. But you have to keep going. When people doubting you, cool. When people not supporting you, cool. That's what you want. Because guess what? When everybody's supporting you too fast, guess what? You get cocky. And that's when you start losing shit. See, these are a few pictures that I saved to my Pinterest about a year, some of them 2 years ago. And I said, this is how my life gotta be. I'm very detailed. This is how my life gotta be. No, I can't have one, two or more. That's just how my life has to be. And it's crazy. I used to ask my mom, was it okay to have two girlfriends? And look, I have to be like this. I'm a loner. I'm a real introvert. I don't know how to sell, but like I say, you could teach yourself anything. I can teach myself that shit one day. When I get in my 40s, this is how I want to live life. I want to live life like this. I don't want to be talking about a yard. No, and this is my number one, photography. This how I want to be on my shoots. This how I want to be on my photo shoots, in style. I started doing photography. I was damn near homeless, dressing like a bum. Nah, that has to change. It has to change. And look, when I get in the 16 Mustang, that's how I envision myself, but the black version. So I see that, and every day I look at this shit. I've been had this picture for like over a year, Another thing, all old schools, probably one new school car. I want to have that shit inside my place. I don't want to live like these other niggas. Everything creativity, my way, my style, and I look at this shit every day, on Pinterest. Richard Avedon. Come on, man. Garden Parks. First photographer that documentary I watched. I showed you guys on Instagram. This is my ultimate goal. 60, 55 years old. I'm still doing photography. I don't have to retire. When you love something, you don't have to quit it. You don't have to wait on 401k, wait on retirement check. Fuck that shit. And I had this before I moved to my spot. I had this, So let's go, man. You have to see your future. Get you a Pinterest today. Make you a vision board. And look at that shit every day. Every fucking day. When you get down in life, when you get sad, look at that shit. When you feel like you stuck, look at your Pinterest vision board. That shit will unlock your future. It will keep you connected to your future. Connect to your future. Let's go.